We
Hey, everybody! Hey, everybody! It's Ed here,
You're all here.
along with Carrie, the Flying Hawaiian, who is
The Cowboy fan showed up.
yeah, we got the Cowboy, Jimmy Two Guns below us, and of course,
Yeehaw.
4-0, actually 4-0.
Dave Williams,
Prime time games.
4-0. You still owe me a cheesesteak, but that's all right.
I'm pretty sure there was 0-1.
What?
Yeah,
0-1.
I'm pretty sure you didn't. I'm pretty sure you didn't win shit this week or win
No.
crap. I'm sorry.
Yeah, rated G. All right, let's talk about the games, guys. What about that? We'll talk about the Buffalo and Baltimore game, which was unbelievable because I just stopped watching it like halfway through, and I know I probably shouldn't have. But man, can you believe how Buffalo came back? There's a couple stories there. One, the fact that comeback was unbelievable, and two, Buffalo's kicker, who I had no idea went on injured reserve. They actually brought in Prater, who came in and was kicking the heck out of the ball for them, and he was just coaching his son's high school football team. So that was like unbelievable. So if you guys got a chance to see, I wanted to hear you guys' opinion on that as Jim drinks his milk. If we could just have your opinion on that. Lump, did you watch that game?
Last night?
The Buffalo game, Buffalo Ravens.
It was good. I'll tell you what, it was what a great ending to it.
Right.
Like how could you walk like every time I tried walking away from the game saying I gotta go to bed, I gotta work tomorrow. I couldn't do it. It was that good of a game. It was good. I think Josh Allen, he's something special.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry had like a monster game. 18 carries for 269 yards, a 9.4 average, and 2 touchdowns.
But he fumbled.
Yeah. Zay Flowers had a big game. Zay Flowers is one of my fantasy football players.
Me too. I got Zay. Yep.
Seven catches, 143 yards, a touchdown.
I'll tell you what, I got Josh Allen as my quarterback.
I went to sleep thinking I lost because I was getting killed all day. I had like AJ Brown and George Pickens, and it just wasn't working for me. And then Zay Flowers had a big game, and Justin Jefferson had a decent game, so I ended up winning.
Not big enough.
My week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Josh Allen. He almost 400 yards off, 40 yards of passing.
I did lose Kittle for 3 to 5 weeks.
So what happened to Baltimore's awesome defense? I mean, what just happened? He was that good, or Baltimore was that bad? I mean, that's the question.
A little bit of both, I think. Listen, it gets back to what we were talking about earlier on the side. There is no preseason anymore. A lot of teams don't play the starters together. They play the ball for a quarter here and there. So really, in fact, they're talking about it today on one of the sports channels that you really can't look into the season this year until about week 5. Said,
that's why
4 weeks is preseason. So when we have 4 weeks preseason, now it's 3 weeks preseason, but no one plays anybody. So now the preseason is really the first 4 games of the season.
Right.
I mean, look at a lot of teams last year. I think if we go through, look at the stats for a lot of teams, and look at the first 4 games, look at the next 4 games, and then breaking into like 4, 4, 4, and 4.
Right.
I think you see drastic differences in everyone's stats.
You sounded like Moses Malone for a second there, Lump.
Faux.
Yes.
Faux and faux.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk. All right, there's a couple things that I talked about coming out of that game. But what did you think about with that kid? I guess that Lamar pushed in the stands. I mean, you think that was warranted for that kid to get pushed like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think,
of course.
Yeah.
Fear is a motivator. When you're a kid, you don't want to get in trouble at school because you're afraid of your parents beating your butt when you get home. You don't want to be bad in school because you don't want your coach to make you run after practice. Fear is a motivator.
Right.
And all these JOs in these games know that players can't do anything, so they take a lot of leeway into what they do. Well, I think you know, change that attitude. Allow a player to go into the stands one time.
Right.
A lot of these fans' attitudes will change.
Oh, absolutely.
Because-
There's a lot of things that would change.
Think of some of these a-holes that were mouthing off to Ray Lewis.
Well,
Listen,
Yeah.
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis was running his mouth before that game. I don't know if you guys saw that video. That
Listen,
No,
you can't put your hands on somebody and not expect to get hands put back on you. Plain and
exactly.
simple. You know
that
what I
was
mean?
funny, yeah. I mean, so that
Yeah.
just shows you guys. Let's shift gears a little bit because I know
You
last
can't
week.
go around hitting people.
Well, look what happened with Carter. I hate to say it, we're going to bring this up again, Jim. We're going to bring this up again that Dak actually did started that whole mess, and I'm going to say that. And then Carter reacted.
Is that going to help you sleep better at nighttime or no?
What's that?
Is that going to help you sleep better at nighttime?
Well, no, I won't help me better to sleep on nighttime. But what's fair is fair, and what's right is right.
If you're dumb enough to spit in somebody's face and not at the ground in front of the referee at a quarterback, which all the cameras are on, then you deserve to get thrown out because you're stupid.
Yeah, but
All
you're
right?
going
He
to
doesn't
tell
have a
me
good
that.
heart.
But you're
He
going to
doesn't
tell
have a
me.
right to. I don't care if he was instigated or not.
Yeah.
These players instigate players all game long trying to draw penalties.
Well,
He
listen,
put into it, he got nailed. That's on him.
I don't blame them for seeing the second reaction. What I do blame the NFL for is going back and watching that video and not giving Dak Prescott anything because he was the one that was taunting. And if taunting is such a big deal this year, then they should actually go out after him too. Because what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
He spit in his direction. He spit in his direction.
No, Jimmy,
Okay.
Jimmy. Listen, I'm not going to bash Dallas because I'm not a basher of anybody. Football's football. And when I watched the first video from the side, my first thought was, he spit, big deal. The other angle, which was over top of Jalen's shoulder, he spit towards him, no big deal. Then Mark started laughing and shaking his head. That's taunting.
Right.
That
He
was
taunted him.
awesome.
Hang on.
It was
Shaking his hand. It's because Carter said something to him.
Both guys are wrong.
It
Both
doesn't
guys
matter.
are wrong.
Jimmy, because someone said it doesn't make it okay to do it because someone said something to you.
No,
Doesn't mean so.
he
Doesn't mean it's
did,
okay.
but then Carter said something, and then Dak started laughing and shaking his head. So what did Carter say to him?
No,
What
Carter
did
was
Carter say to him?
Carter wasn't saying anything to Dak. Carter was messing with the Carter was messing. Can I talk?
Yes, he did. He exactly did.
Can I talk? Can I talk? All right.
Good.
You done?
Go ahead. I'm gonna start muting people. Go ahead.
Carter was messing with the rookie, and Dak got offended by it. So Dak was sticking up for the rookie. That's what happened.
Okay. So when Dak Prescott spit, okay,
Yeah.
Carter said something, and Dak started laughing, shaking his head. What did Carter say?
He didn't say anything to Dak before he spit.
He should have minded his own business. It's over anyway. He should listen. When you says he spit, started laughing and shaking his head, taunting him. No, he spit. Then Carter said something to him, and then Dak started laughing and shaking his head. But what did he say?
No,
to Dak?
after Dak spit and started shaking his head, then Carter walked up to Dak and spit back at him.
All right, now you're missing a whole segment there. What happened was this: when Dak spit, hang on, and I'm going to tell you what you missed. When Dak spit, Carter asked him if he spit or if Dak started laughing and saying, no, that's what happened. That's what he's laughing and shaking his head at. He said no.
Yeah, that was Dak's story. Yeah, that was Dak's story. Yeah, that was Dak's story.
Okay, so that's the story I'm taking. You're going to take your boy's story, I'm taking my guy. And it makes sense to me because I would have said, did you spit on me?
Listen, I'm not condoning it, dude. I'm not condoning it at all. What Jalen Carter did was stupid. It was dumb.
Dumb as shit.
It was dumb. And watch your language.
Yeah, watch it. We got to keep that. All right, so let's talk about. Let's move on because we're done with Dallas. That game's over. Eagles won. Let's talk about
week 1 game.
Yeah, another week 1 game. The Packers. Yeah, the Packers look pretty good, guys. They beat the Lions. They beat the Blitz. They look pretty good. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I saw the one Parsons highlight. He looked pretty good on that play. I don't know how he did the rest of the game. They said he didn't really play much. I'm not sure, but he did get a sack.
Yeah. Well, I think honestly, what surprised me was the play of Love. Just his play and how he plays and stuff.
He looks right in a Green Bay uniform. I'm sorry, man. He just never looked right in a Cowboys uniform to me.
Oh, you mean Parsons? Oh, you're trolling now, man. You're trolling. Well, yeah, but
just never looked right in a Cowboys uniform. Now he looks good in a Green Bay. I wouldn't have hated it if he wore an Eagles uniform. Because supposedly Howie offered quite a bit more for him, but Jerry just didn't want to trade him into the division, within the division. But Howie offered him more than Green Bay did.
But why would he trade in the division?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's the thing. Why would he trade him in the?
Well, if you're getting a ton of draft picks.
Yeah, but they don't want another Saquon trade from.
And who knows what player they offered them? They could have offered them.
That's the key. What player
Jordan Davis.
If they would offer Carter, I think he would have said yeah.
Oh, absolutely, they would have said yeah. Who wouldn't have said yeah to that?
Yeah.
I could picture him. I could picture him offering Jordan Davis because Jordan Davis is on the last year of a contract.
Yeah, yeah. But
so I could picture him.
I could
picture him.
Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame. He's a generational tackle if he actually gets his head straight. I mean, he's that kind of player. All right, so let's move on a little bit. Let's talk about Russell Wilson and the Giants. I watched some of that game against the Commanders. I mean, seeing how he played and how the Commanders to me weren't really impressive. I mean, it was kind of funny. They got the ball to Zach Ertz a few times. But looking at Russell Wilson and the Giants offense, they're hurting. Their defense actually played decent, but their offense to me was a little suspect. And so what do you guys think about good old Russell and what's happening with him?
Starting again. It just came across my TV.
I think the Giants are going to have to rely on their defense this year, to be honest. They got a pretty good defense.
Are they just trying to bring him along? Jackson Dart, he's just not there, or what? I guess
he's just a rookie, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I let him grow and learn a little bit.
Their coach is an idiot. Maybe I don't know. they got one of the worst coaches in the league. Maybe I don't know.
What'd you say, Lump? Sorry.
I mean, if they know they're not going to compete this year, or they don't expect to compete, why would you?
Table's a dead man walking.
Yeah, I think so. I think he knew that last year.
Yeah.
Why would you?
He started out really good, but
if you put a kid in the game, let him play through it like everyone says he should, or thinks he should. Now, in 5 weeks from now, you've done nothing but crumble his mentality and his self-worth, and nothing but bad.
What was he before he was with the Giants? He was with the Bills, wasn't he? He was the Bills' offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Jimmy, you want in?
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Jackson Dart. I think he's going to be the next big thing. But they're saying that McCarthy kid, the best thing that happened to him was sitting out last year and watching. Okay? So I think now what just came across my TV was Russell Wilson starting next week against the Cowboys. I think it's going to go at this pace. If they're 0-4, you're probably going to see Dart. You're probably not going to have much of a choice. But
you just like his name.
The guy has a great name, has a cannon for an arm. I love his name.
Yeah, I know.
I know. That's like a great name. Absolutely.
For a quarterback, But,
absolutely.
Maybe they're just trying to see something. I think if you put Dart in from week 1, you pretty much said the season's over. I think they're going to see if they win a few games. I think if they're 0-4, you're going to see him in there, dude. At that point, the season's over anyway. And then they might as well just fire that coach. They're going to bring in some offensive guy like Chicago did with Ben Johnson. They went out and got one. They're going to find the next hot guy, whoever it is. Could be a guy in Green Bay because they're scoring. He could be the next guy coaching in New York for that young quarterback. That's probably what you're going to see.
They need to fire the GM, man. That GM just made
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. All right. Because what do we have here? Hold on a second. We have Daniel Jones having a good game for the Colts.
Yeah. Well, Barkley was just a big fu to the Giants like the whole season last year. That was just a big
man.
So that just goes to show you what's the weakness on that team. Offensive lines. They just now. Here's what I'm going to say.
They've addressed the offensive line plenty of times. Like they've signed free agents. They've made draft picks. They just can't figure it out, man.
Offensive line. The number one thing about offensive line over time, you need continuity. And if you have these guys playing together, but
they need Jeff Stoutland.
Well, listen. If you get guys playing together, they know what their tendencies are. They know how to block. You know what I mean? Like over time, that communication needs to happen. So those things definitely need to happen. You need to have that kind of communication, and it takes time. Those things take time.
Yeah, you need to find the right fit. You know.
Listen, I think Barkley leaving and having a huge year. I think Daniel Jones was 75% yesterday, 76%. 273 yards. I think if he has a solid year, I think the entire staff's gone. It shows that they're missing talent and misusing them.
You know what's more shocking to me in that game is how bad Miami was.
Yeah.
Like that's a team that 2 years ago was in the playoffs. It was real good. The offense couldn't be stopped. Last year there was some injuries, and now it's like it was just like it's getting bad. Like I think that guy's gonna be fired. Now McDaniel's gonna be fired real soon. I think that's another job's gonna be opened up real soon. Going to Giants, there'll be a lot of jobs opening up.
So how good Miami going to be when they lose Tyreek Hill? Because I'm pretty sure. So today, I don't know if you saw it or not today. Tyreek Hill was accused of domestic violence by his ex-wife, estranged wife. Again, so it goes back under that rule.
That's what brought him out of Kansas City, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So now you're going to turn around and he's gone. He might be out of the league.
Yeah.
I know one thing. He was there was a lot of rumors he was getting traded during the offseason to Dallas. But I was hoping it never materialized. But I'm kind of glad it did.
Why would anyone trade for him? Listen, he's a talent. He's fantastic. He really is. You can run the ball with that in your lineup. I'm not giving up a third-round draft pick, second-round draft pick, and a player to have a guy who, in a 17-game season, only plays 7 games because he's suspended for the rest of the games.
Yeah,
he's a liability.
Yeah. Well, you look. Here's the thing. Look at the teams after week 1, which is so hard to judge. Who do you guys think are the front runners? If you're going to predict the Super Bowl today, just looking at what you saw, who are 2 teams you guys think are going to make it? I know it's like such a stretch. Go ahead, Jim.
I'll go San Diego and Green Bay.
San Diego and Green Bay?
The Chargers. They'll always be San Diego to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Chargers.
Me too. Yeah. All right, Chargers.
I'm going to call San Diego.
You think Green Bay, that quarterback's going to hold out?
I tell you, 2 years ago when he came in and ripped my Cowboys, he looked like he couldn't miss the throw.
Yeah.
And not just that game. They had stats on the final 8 games. He had 23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They were 6-2, and everyone said, Dallas better watch out. They're going to get rolled. And they got rolled. Dude.
Yeah.
Hard. Yeah. But then I thought the next year would be their year, but then they had injuries. Now, maybe I'm off you. That team made Detroit. Now, I don't know how good Detroit maybe is. I don't know, but they made Detroit look pretty normal. And they're going to play Washington Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to manhandle Washington. And I'll tell you why, because
where's
Parsons
the game?
I don't know. It's probably at Washington. I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know. But I'll say this much. Parsons is going to see Dan Quinn again. That's his. He loves Dan Quinn. He's going to want to show off. I mean, that's going to be a great game that I can't see because I don't have Prime. But I think if I was a betting man, I would load up on Green Bay in that game. Every year one team comes out and really lights it up for the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, the Packers are home. So the Packers home against that game. Yeah, they're going
to. That spread's got to be about 8 or 9 points right now.
Yeah. I mean, I really do believe so.
I think they're going to crush them.
Yeah, as much of my chagrin to my Facebook my Facebook Commanders fans. I think Green Bay will definitely take it to them. So
I
you
think
know, what do you got, Kerry? Who do you think is going to be if you at the end of this season? Who do you think are going to be the last two teams standing?
I mean, if it's not the Eagles, it'll probably be Green Bay. Green Bay, and I still have confidence in the Ravens.
Okay.
But
that game's coming on right now on Sunday Night Football on the NFL Network.
yeah, I still have confidence the Ravens will get it together, man. They've got talent, man. Derrick Henry holds up, and they're scoring like that many points per game if their defense finally gets it together. They got a pretty good defense. I really like Kyle Hamilton, man. He's a guy I wish the Eagles would have drafted.
Yeah.
But we took Jordan Davis instead.
Yeah. Jordan Davis in college was a beast, though. I mean, he was so big. He was like, I remember watching him in the national championship game. Like, oh my god, that guy is the biggest defensive lineman. The other guys look small.
He ran like a 4-point.
Yeah.
I thought
he ran like
a players at one position.
Yeah, that's how big he was in that game.
I did. Like two guys are lined up there.
Exactly.
And then I watched somebody block him, right? With one hand and hold him like this. Just like this. I was like, oh, that guy's got no motor.
All right, there. Well, he did okay last week. He actually played pretty well, I thought.
He's quick, man. He ran a 40 and 4.7. For a guy that size, that's like crazy, man.
I know. Nobody understands how fast that is. Yeah.
You know what pissed me off?
He just had to get in shape. He had to get in shape.
Here's what would piss me off if I'm Howie.
The Cowboys?
You've been here a couple of years, right? You decide to come in shape and play hard on your contract year?
Mm-hmm.
Like that would just that pissed me off. You know, you want to lose weight now and come in slim and play hard and run. What about the 2 years?
You're pissed because a guy, one of your players got in shape.
Yeah, I'm pissed because the other 3 years he was a fat tub.
Well,
you can't dwell on the past, man. It's about getting. Life is about improving. You know, you want to improve. Of course, he wants to get paid. Every player wants to get paid. However it takes, whatever it takes to motivate these players, I'm good with, man.
I don't think you understand where I'm coming from.
I do
exactly where you're coming from.
I get it.
Now that you know you're in a contract near a year, now you want to be a professional. Now you want me to pay you for this 1 year. Now who's to say next year you're not going to come in overweight?
You finally show up when you. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I
mean,
there's question mark.
Douglas honestly, 19-year-old children, 20-year-old children, not adults.
You got to remember, Jordan Davis is trying to also hold accountability with the rest of his Georgia teammates. You know, it's kind of a big deal that them guys play at their best.
Well, let's talk about like who's been in the league. You know, like who's been in the league when he came in, right? So Fletcher was there, right? And then they had Williams. Sometimes guys take longer to develop too. Honestly,
yeah, he's a kid too, man.
I'm not saying that. Like Carter, he came right in and played because that guy's a man beast. He really is. He's like
he's just going to get better.
But sometimes it takes a little while.
How good he's going to be. His contract's going to be scary too.
If what Jimmy's saying is right, Can I get my point out? Or are you guys going to talk over me all night?
Okay.
I said, I mean, what are we doing? I said, if what Jimmy is saying is right, then that's wrong. He shouldn't just wait to the last year to get to do that. But I'm telling you, this kid probably came in. It took him a little while to get his confidence up, get his weight to where it is, get the strength where it is, and he had other people in front of him, and that's probably what happened. You know, honestly.
You got to remember too, winning is infectious.
Right.
Like he got a taste of winning last year, and he did pretty damn good in the Super Bowl.
That's true.
And in the playoffs last year.
All right, Jim.
Let me ask you something. Never played pro football like you did, but being as somebody's in front of you, wouldn't that motivate you 2 years ago to lose weight and get up in that starting lineup and not wait till that contract year?
Yeah, I would think so. You would think so.
Everybody's different.
And that's what, yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to make sense of it myself.
Maybe he tried a different way to get in shape this time. You know, I'm not saying he didn't try to put the work in before, because he did have a good postseason last year. He was good down the stretch, and he was good in the Super Bowl. He deserved that 5th-year option.
Right.
So, like, he earned that.
Yeah. All right.
And then after he got the 5th-year option, he decided to get in shape, you know? So I'm not knocking him for it.
All right, Lump, who do you got for
I won't knock him until. Okay, I'm sorry.
Lump, who's your team? Who do you got?
In the NFC, I think it's between San Fran, the Eagles, and Green Bay. Obviously, hometown team, all those Eagles there. I don't think the Eagles are the best team. I think either Green Bay or San Fran's going to be the best team, believe it or not.
Yeah. I don't know enough about the other teams. I mean,
San Fran has like no weapons, man.
I know.
Who's their best receiver?
They're not going to win 8 games this year. They won't see 8 games.
I know a lot of 49ers fans that I'm good friends with. They're not happy with this year's team for some reason.
No,
I mean, I don't really follow them.
They're in the middle of rebuilding, I think. You know, there's trade guys away for draft picks. The same thing the Eagles did a couple years ago. Same thing Dallas is doing right now. That's the common trend.
Yeah.
But I think they're better than you think they are, in my opinion.
Yeah, Shanahan's a good coach.
Yeah,
that's hard to say. It's too early in the season.
He's been a good coach. He's been a good coach wherever he goes. Though, like not the head coach, obviously, but he's a good coach.
I'm kind of like, if you're asking me, my 2 teams, I could say the Eagles. I haven't seen enough of the NFC yet. I guess it's hard, but I'll just be preseason. I'll be a homer and say the Eagles. But my other team's the Bills. I think the Bills.
So I think AFC are between the Bills and the Chargers. I like the Bills.
Yeah, I like the Chargers too.
I think Josh Allen's like one of those you always think about like the first couple of years in the league when he floundered a little bit. Everyone's like, oh, Josh Allen, yeah, he had a good couple of years, but he was rough in the beginning.
Yeah,
that wasn't like 2 years ago. That was like 6 years ago.
Right.
Like he's pretty solid. He's mature. Yeah. He's matured, kind of like Jordan Davis has matured over his last 4.5, 5 years. Like it happens. Everyone gets better and matures at a different rate. Josh Allen took him 2 years to really kind of start feeling comfortable in the league. The last 3 years, he's just a beast. Mm-hmm. Like, listen, okay, here's a question. Fourth quarter, minute to go in the game, you have 80 yards to go. You're down by 2. Well, you're down by 6. You need a touchdown to win.
Yeah.
Who do you want as your quarterback? Now, devil's advocate. Wait, Ed, hold on. I'm not done yet. Now, listen, I know you're an Eagles guy, as am I, as is Carrie.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to pick 10 quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts is in my top 10.
Yeah, me too.
He's not he can't, in my opinion, he can't win a game for you in the last minute of the game. He doesn't have the pizzazz on his passes. He doesn't throw the outs, in my opinion, good enough. He's not that quick release, gain 10 yards. That's not him. So he hurts you, I think, in that opinion. Josh Allen, he's done it. He's done it for years. Like,
yeah.
How can you say not Josh Allen? Is like, if I want to win a game, I want Lamar Jackson. I want Josh Allen. I want Rodgers. Like there's guys who you want your quarterback to be. You're down by 6 points in the fourth quarter with a minute to go in the game. Jalen Hurts isn't one of them. Now, I think through the previous 3.5 quarters, he's a better quarterback because his legs allow him to dink and dunk. And there's nothing wrong with dinking and dunking because a positive is a positive. It's not flashy. It's not that 30, 40-yard gain. It's not as much flash as other quarterbacks, but he moves the ball.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this earlier because I know me and Lumpy had this conversation. And we were saying, a lot of people always kill Hurts, right? Not that we always talk about the hometown quarterback, but that's what we look at. And a guy like Allen or a guy like Lamar, who, those guys have, cannons for arms. They run real well. But the thing is about Hurts that that's interesting because there's like, oh, they think he always gets like, he doesn't get the same recognition as the other guys. At the end of the day, does it really matter
No.
how you win? And that's my question. Does it matter how you win?
I don't take into account just Hurts. I take into account the whole entirety of the Eagles' offense. That's who I want with the last 2 minutes in the game. I want the Eagles' offense. I want Saquon Barkley. I want the Eagles' offensive line. I want A.J. Brown. I want Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Yeah, maybe Hurts isn't the best quarterback, but he's pretty damn good for this offense.
Well, here at the end of the day, this is what for me, he finds a way to win. Does he have the same ability? Like if I had to go like a bomb and I had to throw like a 90-yard pass or something like this, I would take a guy like Allen or take a guy like Lamar or something like this. I don't think
Burrow,
or Burrow. But I'll tell you what, Hurts, he's a good game. He manages the game, and he does what needs to get to win. Now, not breaking down the film, and we're not reliving like last week's game, but going forward to next week when they're playing against the Chiefs, who do you guys think? I mean, they're playing an Arrowhead next week, so I think it's going to be a tough game. Sunday Night Football, Arrowhead, revenge game. I'm sorry, I think the Eagles come out with an L. I hate to be the one to say it, but I think they do. I think Kansas City, they're going to find every which way a piece of energy that they have.
maybe.
Kansas City don't want to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Kansas City. I'll be the first to say Eagles are better in Kansas City.
Right.
But sometimes it's who needs it more.
Right.
0-1. They could go 0-2. But sometimes I look at things and I try to pick games that you could be a better football team at 6-2 and playing a team that's like 5-3 or something like that, or 4 and something, whatever. If they need it, they've got to have it. They usually win it. That's usually how it works in the NFL.
Yeah.
Hence the term any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Well,
Chiefs. Who are the Chiefs? Who's their weapons?
Well, they still got some. They got Mr. Taylor Swift. They still have Isaiah Pacheco. Pacheco, I like.
He's all right.
And their other running back, I forget.
I got Pacheco on my fantasy team.
So do I, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then they got.
I didn't have much of a choice.
So they got players. And the X factor is Mahomes. But I'm telling you right now, they're going to come hard on Sunday. They got embarrassed last year in that Super Bowl, and don't think that's not in the back of their mind.
Yeah. Sure. Eagles are coming. They should be prepared. We're coming in there with 10 days rest. I know I sound like a homer, but
no way, never, no way, never, no way.
Hey,
I think on paper,
I can't be a homer when you're Super Bowl champs, baby.
I think on paper. The Eagles are definitely the better team. I don't think anyone would ever say they're not the better team than KC. I think KC's going to win the game.
Yeah, KC's going to need turnovers, though. They're going to need a little bit of help. They're going to have to win the turnover battle 2-0 or something like that. That's how they're going to win that game. They have to. I think if Eagles don't turn it over, I think the Eagles can sneak out of there with a game-winning field goal. I really do. And
listen, I'm not saying they don't have the chance to win.
No, I hear you. But I
really don't want to make my prediction until Thursday's show.
Yeah, we won't predict. I'm just thinking about it in advance and looking at it and like, this is a tough spot for them this week.
But y'all pretty much know what my prediction's going to be.
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong.
No way, Homer. No way, Homer.
Yeah.
Not Homer.
You're the one that looks like Homer Simpson.
Not me. You first of all, you said a team from the NFC.
Hey,
when
Marge.
you said the team, hang on. When we all said pick a team for the NFC, I didn't mention the Cowboys. I stayed level-headed.
Yeah, because they suck.
Every one of you mentioned the Eagles because you're homers. You could not pick teams. I understand.
I don't know.
Funny though.
Green Bay.
But we're not the only ones that picked the Eagles because the national news, ESPN guys, they picked the Eagles. They,
Wait, hold on. Jimmy, wait.
Not
Jimmy,
everybody's an Eagles hater, dude.
Jimmy, hang on a second, Jimmy. You said I'm a homer, so I picked the Eagles as the best team in the NFC. Which I didn't. I said there's 3 teams, and I said I didn't think the Eagles were going to. I said I'd like to see the Eagles win it, but of course I don't think they are. So that's not a homer. I'm realistic. Realistically, let me finish. Realistically, they are one of the top 3 teams in the NFC, right or wrong?
Right now, wrong.
Okay.
Right now, wrong.
Okay. So, in your opinion, I'm
roster-wise on paper, offensive line,
right now, wrong.
Offense.
On paper, they're one of the top 3. They're one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the NFC. So yes, they're in a mix. Do I think they're going to win it? No. How's that make me a homer?
Because we're supposed to pick 1 team each. You pick 3, so you get your Eagles in there. That's a homer stuff.
I picked 3 for the AFC also, Jimmy. I don't give a flying fuck about the AFC. I don't care about it. I'm not going to be a homer. I'm being realistic. I said, here are my top 3 teams I'm going to pick out of. Here's what I think.
I got to get the buzz button.
Man, I should have actually said
Jimmy, you're right, Jimmy. What do I think it'd be? The NFC? Wow, geez. Eagles, I think, are the best team, but I'm not going to pick them because it might be a homer. That's stupid. I think they're one of the best teams in the NFC, so I mentioned them, of course.
Picking the Eagles is being a homer, in my opinion, because they didn't look good on Sunday. They didn't look good against Dallas. Green Bay really looked phenomenal. I mean, they really did. I mean,
I'm not going to judge an entire season off of week 1, man. Ask me who's going to be in the Super Bowl like around week 10 or 11. Okay,
I'm the one that asked the question.
I'm not Nostradamus, like Jimmy is. So I can't see the future.
If you ask me on week 1 who's going to win it, I'm going to base it upon the preseason. I'm going to base it upon on paper their roster. Who I think is going to win that way. And I have one game to look at. The Eagles are the best team? No. Were they one of the best teams? They won.
Yeah.
They won with missing their best defensive player. So, and they won without their quarterback playing very well. I don't think he played well, but he didn't play great. So, yeah.
Did Jimmy leave?
He did.
Oh, God.
But
Why did he leave?
How does that make me a homer? If I think that they're one of the best 3 teams or 4 teams in the NFC, how does that make me a homer? Did I mention the top 4 teams? I'm in the top 3 or 4 teams in the AFC also, and I don't care about all these guys. So how does that make me a homer?
I don't know.
Whatever.
Okay. Anyway, that just drove me crazy because I asked the question.
I'm a homer. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, listen,
maybe I am a homer.
I think the Eagles have definitely a chance, right? But I don't know enough about the other squads yet. I would like to watch Green Bay again. I'd like to see some of the other teams. I think they definitely are the strongest, one of the stronger teams in the NFC. You have to say.
If you go by one game,
listen. The deal is the Eagles play down the Cowboys level, man. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, the Cowboys did play great, but they're not as good as us. They're just not.
So if you go by one game, it looks like it's going to be Daniel Jones versus in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Really, that's we're going to go by one game.
Yeah.
We're going to look at, or we're going to look at their roster and their preseason. Like, there's not more to look at than just one game.
Can't.
And if you think that's
it was my fault to do it as a hypothetical, but I did it because I just wanted to get that conversation going.
Listen, look. On the bigger point, Ed, just so you know, right now the Phillies are winning 4-0 in the bottom of the 6th against the Mets.
I know.
Just so you know.
That was awesome. I know. I was watching. I thought I was hoping to get a couple more insurance runs, but then they'll bring in Duran. That was fantastic. Even though last night I got a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie when he had runners on first and second, not to switch gears. But when I was watching the game, when he came in, but then he shut him down right after. Suarez is pitching great.
It's been a lot of years since the Phillies have been into a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
In the 9th inning, and you haven't worried about them.
Right.
Like, when Brad Lidge was a closer, you go, no problem. This is Brad Lidge. It's kind of like when 9th inning you're down by a run, and you go, okay, that's what that is. Castellanos, Turner, Harper, and Schwarber. You go, okay, now we're on this game. There's a win for us, down by a run.
Exactly.
So it's the same thing. I think when I look at Duran coming in the ninth inning, up by a run. I'm not worried about it. If he wants to put one or two guys on, that's fine.
It's amazing we got that closer like that.
Yeah, for next to nothing, I think.
I know that's
in hindsight. Now, he's one more year on his contract, I believe.
Yeah.
So for one more year.
Well, we hope so. I mean, we're gonna get a baseball show flying. I know we talk a lot about football. We'll talk a little bit more about baseball. Now, tomorrow night, just so everybody knows, those out there in watching land, we're doing a college football show. That's going to be at 7:30 tomorrow evening. I'm bringing some other special guests on, and we're going to talk a little bit about the college football games.
Oh, who's coming on? Who's coming on?
We got my buddy Andrew Archer. He's coming on. Carl may be coming on. I talked to Doug Burnett. May be joining us tomorrow night.
Doug Burnett
and Lumpster. And Gary, you're always invited. We're talking college football tomorrow.
Yeah, I might sit that one out.
Yeah, well, just because we're talking that tomorrow. So, listen,
I'll be rooting for you guys.
I'll tell you what. Tonight we had a lot of contentious moments, a couple of faux pas, but I think overall we had a good night. And listen,
yeah, Thursday. I'm sorry, but Thursday I want to talk about the Canelo Crawford fight.
Got a big fight this weekend.
Yeah,
right.
on Netflix. Fight of the century.
And also Thursday we're doing our
both guys are good.
Yeah, so Carrie's going to be breaking down the fight on Thursday. We're going to be also doing the Eagles Chiefs predictions on Thursday. So don't forget to join us, and we might also be having our spin-a-thon, but I'll explain that later. So, gentlemen, have a great night. Let's
magic number 11, Ed. Magic number's 11 for the Phillies locking up the National League East.
Yeah, and then 8 to just to lock into the playoff spot, from what I understand.
8 for the playoffs, 11 for the East, and tonight will be 2. If the Phillies win and the Mets lose, obviously, there's two games right there.
All right,
City of Champions.
So you guys just check us out at StraightShooterSports.com. Remember to always like and subscribe. If you have any questions for us or anything you want us to talk about on the sports show, please feel free to leave that below. We look forward to seeing you guys next time for the Smoking Gun Show. That's going to be next Thursday or this Thursday, 7:30. Same bad time, same bad channel, and hopefully Jimmy will actually stay with us the whole show. So I hope you guys have a great night. We'll talk to you guys soon.